Hello everyone, this is the Red Rocks Community College Library Instruction Team with the Colorado Community College System. Today we're going to be going over how you can use AI tools in your research. This video is a work in progress, and other librarians may be updating sections as new information arises. Many companies are facing lawsuits over fair use and piracy of materials used for training, and even if AI is legal, there are still ethical implications, not to mention environmental impacts. However, you're going to run into these tools no matter what topic you're researching. It's a good idea to know how to use them appropriately. First, we should know how AI works. Models are trained on massive data sets of images, texts, videos, all sorts of media, and they analyze this information to identify patterns. These patterns then allow the model to determine probabilities and generate responses to prompts. For example, if I write the sentence, "The cow jumped over the," and asked you to fill in the last word, there's a high probability that you'd say moon, because it's a fairly well-known nursery rhyme. There's also a probability that you'd say something like fence if you didn't know the nursery rhyme. AI works pretty similarly by using these probabilities to generate its responses. Depending on how high the temperature of the model is turned up, these responses can vary by a certain amount each time, even if you give it the same prompt. Let's see what that really looks like with a model. If I look up the words lemon juice Cybertruck, I'll see that the AI overview is telling me that some people are using lemon juice and salt water to maintain the car's finish. This is not legitimate advice. This is a bit of an internet joke. Gwen C. Katz on Blue Sky suggested that if enough people simply said it was true, the AI would reflect this probability in its overview. And because enough people did it, Gemini parroted it. I took the second video a month after the first, and as you can see, even though I was using the same keywords, the information has changed. Now the AI overview is telling me that this is a trick that internet users are playing. AI has access to vast amounts of information, but that doesn't necessarily mean that what it says is correct. You'll have to verify that for yourself. Instead of taking Gemini at face value, look at where it's getting its information from. Follow the links it provides and evaluate those sources. Make sure Gemini is actually saying what the sources are saying as well. This is one of the simplest ways to use AI in your research with a generic model, but there are many other specialized tools designed for specific research purposes. I'll walk you through using a few of them here. You can use them at different stages in your research. To begin any project, you'll need a topic to actually look into. Finding one can sometimes be the hardest part. There are some activities you can do just on your own, like creating a mind map, but you can also use AI tools. You might just use a generic model, like ChatGPT or Gemini, but you could use a specific tool. Ideamap.ai is a brainstorming application. Describe your project, they call it the challenge, and hit the brainstorm button. The program will generate a series of almost flowcharts, narrowing down your idea into a series of smaller topics. Let's say I have an assignment for a civil engineering class, and my directions are to pick a problem area and design a solution. That's pretty broad, but if I type that into ideamap.ai, it'll show me a lot of different areas I could research. Maybe I'll look at environmental sustainability. Or I could check out water management. But I'm interested in these ideas under urban planning challenges, particularly solutions for vertical gardens and green roofs. I could keep going down this route and type that into the program, but at this point the AI isn't just giving me ideas of where to begin, it's giving me ideas of how I could design my entire project. In many instances, it would be possible to use AI to complete all of your assignments, but that is cheating and plagiarism. Know when to stop, and if you aren't sure, ask your professors. Now I need to find information on my topic. There are dozens of different AI tools which can help you do this, and one of the better ones is Elicit. It contains a database of 125 million academic papers, and when you go to ask a question, it will organize and summarize the most relevant results. It will also tell you exactly where it is getting this information from and direct you to the source. Some AI models won't cite their information and may just be hallucinating what they tell you. By using Elicit, you can get a solid overview of what articles you might want to use in your paper. You'll have to create an account, but it is free. When I go to the site, I can see I have the options to generate a research report, generate a systematic review if I want to upgrade my free account, or simply find papers. This last one is the best use of Elicit. You should still be reading through the resources yourself, not letting a machine replace them with summaries. I can type in a research question or even just a topic, and it will give me a table of different resources I can use. From here, I could chat with the papers. However, when I tried this, it was very unhelpful and misleading. The best practice is to go directly to the source of the information rather than interact with a chatbot, which is another layer of separation between you and what you're actually looking for. Instead, go over to this Edit Columns button. This will add additional information to your table. I could add one of these suggested columns, but I could also add my own. For example, I could add a column named Country and instruct the model to give me the country where the study took place. By adding these columns, I can be more specific and picky about what resources I actually want to use. I could keep going down this route, but I could use other research techniques and tools. Once you have at least one source, you can use a research technique called chaining. This is when you track the information from one resource to another by using reference lists and seeing who has cited the article. All sources of information exist in a web with each other. You can use ResearchRabbit to help you visualize this web. ResearchRabbit is another tool you have to sign up for, and it requires a bit more personal data like your institutional affiliation. If you don't want to sign up for a bunch of different research tools and get 100 emails from them, you can also book a librarian appointment, and we can use our accounts to help. If I have an article, I can add it directly to ResearchRabbit. But for the sake of this video, I'll just type in my keywords and select a promising article. It will then be added to my collection. From here, I can do a lot. I can click on similar works and I will get a list of articles with a similar topic. I also get this diagram called a bibliometric map. Our article is in green and I see all these other blue circles for other articles. Some of them have cited each other, as we can see by just hovering over this network. Articles have arrows pointing to the articles they've cited. I can click on one and see the article itself. By clicking on all references, I get a list and a bibliometric map of all the resources this article has cited. And in the map, I can see if those resources are citing each other as well. Here, a lot of articles are leading to this 2021 article by Monso. This might be a very influential article, and a good one to add to my own references. If I click on all citations, I can also see a map and a list of all the articles that have cited the one I'm looking at. Quite a few researchers have done so even just in a few years since publication. I can also explore other authors by selecting these authors or suggested authors. ResearchRabbit doesn't work quite so well for more recent articles which haven't been fully integrated into the system yet. If I choose this article from 2024 and upload it, I don't get these functions I just described. I can still get this information from other databases and the publisher, but ResearchRabbit is going to give it to me all at once and help me visualize the relationships between sources. This is a really good tool for getting a kind of bird's eye view of a particular subject area. There are a lot of interesting ways to use AI in your research, but be careful with where this information is coming from and how you use it. You can use AI to summarize a bunch of sources, but if you turn that in as your research paper, then you're plagiarizing. Make sure you know your professor's policies on AI. A lot of classrooms haven't had the opportunity to catch up with these new tools, and practices can change. The entire field is changing very quickly, and there may be other relevant ways of using AI in research in the future. This video was recorded from August to November 2025, and the information here may no longer be relevant or correct. If you have additional questions, feel free to reach out to us at library@rrcc.edu.